I just can't do it anymore. I just can't do it. I'm checking out. I'm out. And the reason that this is terrifying, not only because it puts everybody in left-wing media's livelihoods at stake and at risk, it terrifies me because our instinct is the opposite of what the right does, and we will get crushed.
What's up, everyone? In this one, David Pakman is on full panic mode in this clip, begging his left-wing audience to return after a catastrophic subscriber meltdown. He's lost 5,000 YouTube subscribers overnight, and it's not just him. He's roping in names like Sam Seder, Farron Cousins, and Brian Tyler Cohen, claiming the entire progressive media machine is collapsing. Meanwhile, he's blaming his audience for not sticking it out while taking shots at the right for being quote-unquote better organized. Let's break this down, expose the hypocrisy, and see why his arguments are falling apart faster than his subscriber count.
Thing that is terrifying me. I always try to come here and put a positive face on everything, but there is something going on that is terrifying me. When I woke up this morning, we had lost 5,000 YouTube subscribers compared to where we were last night. Now, the first thing I thought was, is this a glitch? We've been on YouTube for 15 years or something like that, and subscribers always just go up. They just never go down. They go up. Is something wrong with my channel? Is someone attacking my channel? What's going on? So I started texting, and I texted Brian Tyler Cohen, and I texted Tyler Cohen and Brian Cohen and Brian Tyler, all of them. I texted all of them. I texted Jesse Dollemore. I texted Luke Beasley and Farron Cousins and Sam Seder.
The progressive echo chamber in action. Pakman texts his left-wing allies in a frenzy, hoping for answers. But what does this tell us? They are all losing subscribers too. Instead of interception, it's a group panic. And funny how they love calling conservatives an echo chamber, yet here he is doing the exact same thing.
And every single one of our channels since last night is hemorrhaging subscribers. What is it that is going on? Here is a graphic. As you can see, subscribers just go up, 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 and they are down. It is not just YouTube subscribers. We are seeing record cancellations of paid memberships. Record cancellations. These are the people that keep the show running. Now, for a moment, I thought, if it's just YouTube, maybe YouTube is purging people who are inactive subscribers. And once a year, usually YouTube does this, and you see a little decline, and then numbers go back up. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. And if that were the case, we wouldn't be seeing paid membership cancellations on the website. So now I understand what is going on. It's terrifying, but it is happening. A lot of people are checking out. I heard anecdotally from a couple dozen people who said, you know, David, I just can't do it anymore. I just can't do it. I'm checking out. I'm out. And the reason that this is terrifying, not only because it puts everybody in left-wing media's livelihoods at stake and at risk.
Notice the language. Pakman isn't worried about his audience or their needs. He's worried about his livelihood. This isn't about saving progressive values, it's about saving his paycheck. Meanwhile, he's comparing the left's supposed disarray to the right's efficiency. Let's be real. The right isn't organized because of some evil plan. They succeeded because they connect with their audience instead of condescending to them.
It terrifies me because our instinct is the opposite of what the right does. And we will get crushed if this is the way we respond to a defeat. The right wants us not to exist. The right wants to decimate independent progressive media. And so when I lose 5,000 subscribers and Brian loses thousands and Ring of Fire loses thousands and everybody's losing thousands of subscribers, understand that when the right loses, they get organized, they fund, and they create insanely effective organizations like Turning Point USA, investing in the Daily Wire and building out this huge network of right-wing ideas and influencers. So if you're feeling burnt out, I encourage you take a break until the inauguration. It's months, okay? Mental health break, do it. But when we start canceling the subscriptions, we are in an algorithmic desubscription spiral right now.
Here's the classic scapegoat: blame the algorithm. It's never about their content failing to hold interest, it's of course always YouTube's fault. Pakman's paranoia about algorithms reflects a deeper insecurity. He knows the right has mastered platforms like YouTube by offering content people actually want to watch. Maybe it's time for the left to do the same instead of whining about tech giants they claim to despise.
Now, because when people start unsubscribing on YouTube, YouTube thinks, oh, we probably shouldn't recommend this content because it's generating a lot of unsubscribes. So then the content doesn't get recommended. And then the message doesn't get out. And then next election, they win by even more. So I do understand the instinct, but if we cede ground to them, they crush us everywhere. Now, we're up against a MAGA Supreme Court potentially till 2050. We'll talk about that later. We're up against a completely uninhibited Trump. I actually have an entire chapter in my forthcoming book, The Echo Machine, about exactly this. It's the introduction. In the introduction, I explain how it's disgusting to me that when you engage in politics, you can't just find solutions. First, you've got to convince people climate change is even happening. You can't just find solutions because half the country doesn't even accept the science of vaccines. I outline this in the introduction, but I also make the point in the book that if you actually care about the world for ourselves, children, grandchildren, other people, families, friends, people we care about, when you disengage because they've gotten so extreme, you cede ground to them and you say, do whatever you want. I'm disengaging, do whatever you want. And we really can't do that, okay? So my request to you today is, please resubscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't watch the clips for months if they're not doing anything for you, okay? But all of a sudden in 12, 14 hours, the entire progressive media ecosystem is under a threat I have never seen before. We've never seen anything like this. Consider, this is the moment where we have to support independent progressive media. If it's not my show, that's fine. Okay, there's plenty of shows you can support. Consider getting a membership. Consider it. We have a code. The new coupon code is not again. All one word, not again. It really represents the dread that we are all feeling. Consider getting a membership. If you want to understand what happened, I outline it in the book, The Echo Machine.
And here it is, the sales pitch. This entire rant is just a setup to push his book and guilt people into funding his show. Pakman calls out the right for building insanely effective organizations like Turning Point USA, yet he's here shamelessly begging for donations instead of figuring out how to create value. Maybe take a page out of their playbook, David.
Please pre-order the book. There is the assumption you can't have a successful independent nonfiction book unless you have like CNN or MSNBC behind you. I want to prove that wrong. This book will also explain what it is that we are dealing with and how you defend against it historically. Here is the last thing I will say on this, and then we'll take a break and get to some other things. There has never been a movement that succeeded when they exited activism after a loss. No movement has succeeded when they take a loss and they go, I'm out. Never happened. And on the other hand, if you look at the advances and victories of the progressive era, the advances and victories of the New Deal era, the advances and victories of the civil rights era, they've all come after setbacks. They've all come after setbacks. So that's my plea. We're very worried. I would love to sugarcoat it, but we have never seen numbers like this, ever. Numbers this bad. Consider it. Do what you feel is right. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Pakman's meltdown is a masterclass in deflection. Instead of addressing why his content is losing appeal, he's blaming everyone else, his audience, YouTube, and even the right. Meanwhile, his entire plea is just a thinly veiled cash grab. If this is the future of the left-wing media, it's no wonder their subscriber base is checking out. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts or opinions down in the comments below. If you agree or disagree with a lot of the points made here, be sure to give us a like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.